Good morning, everyone. Shauna here. Your peek into your week. So it is Monday. I was supposed to come in last night, but I was a little tired, so I thought I'll just come in today and we'll do the whole shebang. So I'm going to wait here a little bit. I was reluctant to wait for people to come in, but people are asking for me to wait, so I'm going to wait a little bit here. So welcome, just a moment to say welcome to any new members that have come in. I kind of, and I know the summer is going to be no exception. You're going to be busied up quite a bit here. So I just wanted to welcome anybody that's been invited by someone else or coming in. I appreciate you coming in and checking things out. And again, from here on in, I'm going to be doing a lot of more timeless readings. I'm not going to attach dates to it because this energy is really in flux, and people that need these readings are really just going to go search through stuff and then click. Something's just going to hit them and they'll click on something and they'll get the message they need. That's what they're telling me. So I'm going to be doing a lot more timeless readings. So look for that little hourglass. That means click at any time you feel moved to do so. So thanks, guys, for coming in. So peek into your week. Pick a card pile instinctively, and that will be your reading for the week. Usually I pick up on the general group energies of the infinity room here. So whoever's joined in, they kind of pool those energies and shoot them out through the readings. What happens? So if you have friends or family that may need guidance, bring them in and their energies will be pooled along with that. So I'm going to give you, hopefully, I don't know if I got my camera lined up. I'm going to give you this scenario here, show you. I got 3 piles to choose from. Here we go. So, hold on here. Okay. So, okay, this is out of scope here. It's crooked. So these are the 3 piles. So again, choose instinctively. This is the first pile here, cherry. Whatever drives you, right? Second pile is lavender. We always seem to have some kind of form of purple here in the mix. And then the third is sapphire. So whatever you feel drawn to, whether visually, just the color itself, pull it in, sit with it a bit, go, no, this is, and sometimes people are going, well, what if I resonate with 2? Then listen to 2. There may be, honestly, there may be messages in all of them that resonate with everyone, right? Because they're pooling all the energy from the people in the group. So this will be the first pile that I read, cherry. The second pile is lavender, and the third is sapphire. So hopefully you picked your pile. I've got a lot of stuff to go through here because we're going through spirituality, sexuality, love, and romance, the whole gamut. So these will be a little bit, and of course it's full moon fever here. So I usually get a lot of dumps around a full moon. So we'll see what comes out here. Okay. So I'm going to start with number 1, cherry. I'm going to try and take my time here. I've kind of cappuccinoed myself up, so hopefully I don't go nuts. Alrighty. Hey, Angel. How's it going? Good morning or afternoon or whatever you're dealing with there. So cherry, live an extraordinary life. Yeah, see, like life is a bowl of cherries, what they're telling me. Like we want some excitement in our life here. Just let me line up. Wanting some excitement, wanting to get out there, get ambitious, get moving, get rolling, get shaking. This is the energy that I'm feeling. We may have come off of a low-key point in time here, and we're just wanting to get in the action. Like adventure, we're looking for adventure here. That's what I'm getting. The overall energy for the ones pick the first card. Now I went also with an overall numerology number, so I'm sense of adventure. Yeah, right. I think it's cherry season out here too, isn't it? I'm seeing a lot of them in the stores as well. The overall energy that I get, again, I'm looking at these fresh as well, so I may need some sink-in time. 87 is about synchronicity there. They're pushing it again, right? So this is the sense they're going, you want adventure, then you follow, whoops, follow the yellow brick road type thing, right? We've got to look for the signs and be spontaneous is another thing that I'm getting through this card. we want to be able to see the synchronicities and fit that in. And they're showing me that spiral. It's like, pull it in. When you see it, it may not be in your view, but when you see it, grab it, pull it in, utilize those key tips that the universe is trying to communicate with you. And that's the synchronicities, right? Yeah, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. I'm just going to deal with this. But yeah, deal with your synchronicities, take them into account, and whirl them into your life as you move forward. Really will bring that adventure and also serendipity along with it, right? All these words that have a magical connotation are coming. It's like, yeah, let's bring all of that and round that up and pull it in. So that's what this is all about. So this is a very magical reading here. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Carrie Ann. That's awesome. Appreciate it. So synchronicity is going to be high in the field, not only for this week, but I feel for the next while here over summer. Okay, so take it into account, utilize it. I'm going, don't just look at it and laugh, but utilize it forward. And I got a dragon card. I think I'm going to pull it right first because I usually was leaving it till the end here, but I'm going to pull it first because this is really groovy energy here. You're wanting to get into the adventure of life. And they're sitting up there going, yeah, let's do that, because that's when all the magic happens, right? So what's the dragon? Oh, we got the same. This one's been coming out heavy. It's Kuan Yin's pink dragon, and I shuffled. Brings firm love that resets your karmic balance. So there may be some people really working amongst karma, okay, and also dealing with and trying to see the boundary there very highly. This card just does not show well. Well, that's better. You see that, dragon? Anyway, very feminine and very light is what I'm getting here. And when we're talking about love, we may have a reset here that we've had to go through, like a break, and now we're kind of at the midpoint where we're ready to move forward. And that's also the sense I got with these bowl of cherries as well, is we're resetting our barometer here. Now we're ready to go. We're ready to fly out and mingle and be single and do and shake and move, right? And Kuan Yin, I feel, is that soft-centered, lovable place. Don't go too far off of that, because that's what they're wanting you to keep at your core, right? That feminine, compassionate energy. So that's your dragon. That's your power that wants to come forward for the week, okay? Give me a minute here. I'm not quite covering it, they said. Okay. Yeah, because they're going at the karma and all of this stuff that we're trying to balance out. Because I feel like we had karmic restitution is what they're saying. So now we are, our barometer is free. We're free to go, free to do. So we kind of either paid off karma or got karma paid us back, right? This kind of thing. So we're freed up. And they're going, we don't want to use our ego and go off flaming in that direction. So we just want to keep it soft and light and just take it forward. Just flow forward. And don't get carried away by too much, because there's something about the love here that we got to keep it, not retain, but again, lack of ego would help you. Just be humble with the love that you move forward, no matter what kind of balancing of karma that you've had. Because I get a sense here, somebody may be going, yeah, take that, you know, like a lot of this kind of energy. So we don't want to get all up in that, because that just doesn't. That then you incur more karma and you got to start all over. So we don't want to do that. That's what I'm getting. Okay, so that's your dragon. That's your PowerPoint. Love and karmic balance. So a reset. We've hit a signpost here. We're resetting. Okay, so here we go with the spirituality cards now. Again, I'm looking for the first time here. First card for spiritual side, the healer. I'm loving and compassionate and able to bring healing to others. So, and they're going, this is about our own healing. And now we can go outward and help others in the same way that we truly have helped ourselves. So there's some people here on a bit of an individual journey of self-healing, right? Which is really the way that we have to go, right? Because some people get it backwards. But the thing, it don't matter which way you go, as long as you learn through it, right? Because some people, they learn, well, I'm not going to do it that way again. Or they may have learned that they didn't quite know where they were at, this kind of thing. But no matter how you healed, the sense here is that we're in the process, and if not getting to the end of healing. How do you say, not the end of, but a cycle of that, right? Of needing intense healing. And the sense here is that now we can talk, we can go outward and share with others, and also help that wave as well, right? So the next card, movement and meditation, yeah. And again, the cherries, right? That action and adventure. I celebrate and honor my physical body through dance and movement. And they're going, yeah, physical bodies, we've got to get them moving, literally. Whether it's through dance, some people may be going literally dancing on the weekends and shaking things up, moving physically, running, whatever your vibe is. If you're, a physical person, you're going out and going jogging where the bunch is, or whatever it is, or you're in the bar scene and you're going out and doing that. A sense of having completed something here. So we've got a lively energy coming through, ready to paint the town red, really, is the sense I get. Okay, I'm not in the dumps no more. I've healed. I've paid my penance here, so to speak, and I've been in the dumps long enough. It's time to stir things up. This is kind of more on the physical level than spiritual, but nonetheless, it's good. The third card is Sacred Space. I find peace, serenity, and contentment when surrounded by nature's beauty. So again, I've seen people running, right, outside, so this could have a bit to do with that as well. So they're going, as long as we keep the balance, go out, celebrate, do that, but don't go crazy with it. Keeping the balance, finding your peace and serenity, because this really is going to save you spiritually, right? Don't be imbalanced, really, and we will stay healed through this process. So there's a sense here of, I'm getting a sense of people near water as well. This one very much, they're going, like I can almost feel the water coming off here. So there is people spending time at the beach or near water or in woods in some area. It's really soothing them to a higher degree than they're giving credit for. Like they're going out there and they're like losing time, right? They're going and they're like, holy, I came here at 1 and it's 6 o'clock. Where did the hours go? That kind of thing. And they're going, oh, well, because I feel so much better. And it's almost like the earth is going, just chill, man. Just stay. Because we need this release, especially those that are in cities, right? That are bogged up with Wi-Fi and whatnot. So this is really groovy because it just shows we want to get out and have adventures, but we also are going to make time for and space for ourselves during this. So even though I'm going, don't imbalance, I feel like this person has a strong sense of balance in that way anyhow. So this is good. Clarification cards, again, in the spiritual direction. First one on the healer, or the healing healer. Yeah, we get trust in magic, okay? So this is, give me a minute here to tap in. Yeah, we may have some people on the beginning of looking into the magical universe, right? This, it's almost like what they're showing me. I have to explain what they're showing me because I can't explain it any other way. It's almost like there's people here, you see those weird videos where they kind of touch the air and it's like a water that kind of ripples and they're like, whoa, that's kind of freaky. It's kind of like that. Like people are just starting to touch the droplets of this secondary magical universe. So they're just starting to realize, one, that it's there, is a sense I get. And 2, that we can play in it. That's what's going on, right? Because we healed ourselves from the inside. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, is that we got to start inside first. And they say inside and they go, inside. But until it's done, right? We don't feel the feelings that are associated with it. And you can't convince someone of those feelings because they're not there, right? So, and I feel like that's like that crystal. She's starting to feel the feelings associated with going and taking that action, right, in her life to heal. Because I feel like whoever picked this may be the first time that they've truly done this in this way, to such depth and such meaningful purpose, right? With focus of mind on it and a drive to completely like calculate it. We're going to go through this and we're going to heal through this, and I'm going to heal so that I'm better for the next, that kind of thing. So this is a sense that not only we heal ourselves, but we're going to start opening and illuminating to all the magic that's there for us in the universal scheme of things, okay? Now, to clarify all this movement and action that wants to come forth, we get here the Ancient Ones. So don't throw your instinct by the wayside, right? Because there's a lot going on. And there may be some, I'm saying elders, but loved ones that are passed on that are really in your energetic field. And they may have a great opportunity at this point to contact to higher degrees than normal. But I feel this is, ongoing. It slowly increases through time as we move forward. But as it goes, right, we're feeling this. Because I get a sense here that someone is kind of in the know, right, of the spiritual energies, and they're getting nudges from their loved ones that are passed away, and they're kind of absorbing that now. Before they kind of look and not know, or maybe not dealt with the emotional side of it, so then you don't want to go there, you don't want to cry, so they maybe dealt with their crying a little more, right? And so now they're looking at that and taking the moment for what it's worth, right? So sitting there and going, oh yeah, that's my grandma. She's trying to talk to me. And then, conversing. Because they, it's funny because I watch some of these other tarot readers and they're shuffling and they're going, what is it for Scorpio, for da-da-da? And I'm like, they can mind read. They can get in there. They know your thoughts. We don't have to completely, repeat. We just have to have confidence that they got it, right? Because a lot of times I can sit down, somebody one reading and boom, and we just start spitting out the cards and it's just there. It's just instantaneous. We don't need as much prep as we think we need. But nonetheless, if it makes you feel comfortable, it'll get you there, right? And eventually you drop what's not needed as you go. So there's a sense of that, an awareness of connecting to loved ones that are passed on, like feeling, like literally talking and communicating. And you're going to get answers. And you need to realize that those answers, even though it's your voice in your head, it may be through them that it's happening, okay? So that's really how it works. Now, to clarify the sacred space, which is the grounding out of energies, says know your fears. So let me look at that. Yeah, sense of still having some fear to deal with here in certain areas. We need to look more into that. And that may be why these people are connecting with you spiritually, to illuminate that to you in certain levels, okay? So be more open to looking into your fear zones and confronting that head on, because that's really what it's about. That's how you level up. You just face your fears. So many times I relate these, life to video games, because you just, you grab a mushroom, you take it in. Well, you got a spare part, and then you get to the end of the level and it's a checkpoint, and that's like lessons learned. And then, how you go at the end of the level, you contact this beast and you start fighting a beast, and then you level up. And that's really what it is. The beast is all the fear that you hold, that holds you back from what's behind it, right? And whenever you get to your fear and you move through a fear, it is never as bad as you make it out to you. Always over, how do you say, over, I want to say overpronounce, but you overblow that. It's always, the fear is always overblown compared to the reality. And that's what we got to realize. So this person here has some fears, and I feel like they're really, they may have had a lot of courage to get through fears here. But at this point, these are the ones that we kind of have been putting off to a higher degree. So we got to face those head on. That's really what I feel coming here. So I'm going to get rid of these. I'm staying in the spiritual zone though. But we're going to work with this new deck I got, the Gaia deck. First card. 9 of fire, right? So working with him, right? And again, he's got this rose. I don't know if you can see it. He's got this rose right above his heart. And I'm taking the energy from the last reading I had with this card, is very much a sense of trying to get our compassion in the right place, to bring the compassion out of our heart. It's like it's in there, but it's locked down, caged in. Like we have a heart, but it's like it's not going outward to where we need it to, is the sense I'm getting. And the fire energy, again, fire through this whole reading. So maybe connecting with some fire energies, Aries, Leo, or Sag, that are in this mode where we may have been through a heartbreak or healed through a heartbreak, and now we got to bring our compassion out from behind the cage again, right? The courage to really push through that, because I feel like for some that may be the problem. We've had a sense of something going on here, and look at his fiery eyes, right? Fiery red eyes, just keeping with that theme. Focus. There we go. Just, yeah, we're full of fire, but we can't forget about our compassion. We want to go forward. We're going to take action, and there's lots of adventure ahead of us, and we're feeling really spunked up about it. But we got to make sure that the compassion sits. And again, that Kuan Yin, right? She just will not be moved. This one, this dragon, the power of love, right? Okay, so there we go. We drove that one home. Okay, next one. 5, 6, 7, 8 of air. This is very interesting. Very interesting what I get from this card. Now, the 8 of air. Air is about communications. So we may have had to deal with, or will need to deal with, or in the future need to deal with. So you see how that sword has pierced this man's hand till it's bleeding? So the sense they're giving me is painful communications that have come through, yet these were truths, right? Because this sword here is about truths. This is about how it hurt us, right? There was a truth given here. It did hurt quite a bit, but we're trying to balance that through. And they're making me aware of those chains there that are holding this man. Now, give me a minute. Okay. I'm going, why is he chained? And they're going, he has to find a balance between the pain, the truth, the acceptance of this truth that has come through. And this may be also where the compassion has to come in as well, right? We are very much in tune with, kind of eyes wide open scenario going on here, but it just wasn't kind of like my Page of Swords, dude. It's news, but it's cutting news. And we may have had heavy circumstances come down upon us because of this, and this may be what we're healing from. But nonetheless, there has to be a balance set here within that. And I feel like it has to do with us being cynical about it or being compassionate about it. And I feel like that's what they're weighing. We're really cynical and want to just bash things and be, bitter about it. But they're going, this over time will heal, but we really have to know where it's at, right? And compassion's where it's at. So the quicker you get in there, and they're going, whether we go slow or we go fast, we will get there. And that's really what they're symbolizing through this, is how this has affected this person at this point. Like I said, it could be in the past, could be dealing right now, or you could be healing from this. Okay. Again, these are weekly readings, but they're going like really wide with the energy. Okay. The last spiritual card is the Mother. Yeah, this woman is pregnant. And she is also, for the most part, going to be in her compassion here. The Tortoise is about longevity, long life, and a sense of being patient throughout as well, right? That tortoise is like, he just moseys on, you know, he's not gonna, and that's kind of what I think this person's fighting is because we kind of want to rush and charge and go forward, you know, with all that fire and movement, right? We want to just dance our way right through the door. And they're saying, you know, just take things, chill, slow it down, because if we run too fast, we may cause combustion that we don't want to cause, right? So the Mother is just that grounded energy of compassion, caring, wisdom, and grace that flows through. And she's just slow and steady as well, kind of like a Pentacles type energy. And that's what she's really fighting with, the fire in her veins and the relaxation of being out in nature and just, you know, going with the flow. It's really the dichotomy that we have here. And then dealing, yeah, it's interesting when I'm getting, but anyway, so someone here really conflicted over wanting to go forward at light speed, but there's a wave of pace here that I think they're aware of, but they may fight against. So it's just a matter of balancing things in that way. Okay. Alrighty. So now we're going to get into the love zone. Okay, for this. So again, I was picking up on heartbreak no matter. So we'll see what comes up in the cards here. First, tarot, the Sun. So we're happy and joyful at this point, which is good, because that's all that matters, really. And it's like tally-ho, pointing, I'm going forward. That's it. I'm not looking back. That's the sense I get here. We're happy. We're vibrant. We've got all our energy back. So we may have had someone that was very taxing on us energetically. So being released from that is very much something that is kind of like an elastic that sprung us forward. Okay. So again, that healing is in there. Next card, death. So that's that ending, that transition, right? We had to, these are kind of like opposing cards, right? The Sun is about joy and death is about transition. Doesn't necessarily mean that the transition is going to be bad. And that's the sense I get here. Why? Because the Sun's pushing all that darkness out of there. And that was also from our intellect, intuition, and all of that lining up as well. I feel like this person had a tough time coming to that decision, but I feel like it was a mental decision that overpowered, but it was in line with our instinct, even though that we weren't taking, how do I explain that? It's like we weren't taking our instinct into account, but our mind took over, and the mind and the instinct were actually on the same page at this point. So we were okay. We jumped on that bus and took it to the next stop, and there we go. There's the transition, right? Okay, next card, the Hangman. So, okay, for some, this Hangman is talking about a pause. So, here we go. I feel like this is going to transfer to the masculine feminine reading this afternoon, but nonetheless, this Hangman is about a pause. So if we had a relationship that we busted from, know that it is not over yet. There are some things that need to be dealt with, whether it is finalities. The sense I'm getting here is a sense of freedom from this card and transition to something better. But we are pausing at this point, no matter from the past or towards the future. We're taking a hang time and kind of trying to look at things differently. Now, you know what? I'm gonna get into the romance cards here before I start going off, because I sense I want to go off into the future here. But the sense I'm getting here is we're just taking our time So in a sense, this mother card's coming in here and slowing things right down. She's going to dig into her compassion and look through all of this and recalibrate, really, is the sense I'm getting. Like, we're charged to go forward, but there's a sense of nothing's going to happen here. It's almost like the universe is like, yeah, let's slow down a bit and process this more. That's really what I'm getting. So I'm going to clarify with the romance cards. I think I'll leave these ones up. So the sun, what do we get with that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. Okay, the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is about the bickering couple. It's that little, like, they're shown as kids, right? It's those kids that he shoves her in the bushes, and then she goes back and shoves him in the drink, and then he shoves her in the mud, and, you know, it back and forth. It's kind of like the what's the bickering couple. But then at the end of the day, they go to bed and they kiss each other goodnight, and they wake up and they start all over again. It's that kind of thing. The wheel goes round and round. And think of the goat, right? Because goats are very stubborn. They hit their heads against things, and they go off and they do things, and they don't really have a plan. They're kind of spontaneous as well, but to a degree where it's annoying. This is what I'm getting, okay? So this may be someone you're dealing with in that way, and it could be a friendship circle. It could be family like this dealing. You care and love for them, but you bicker and fight and argue, okay? So that's the sense. It's like we bicker and fight and argue, but at the end of the day, there's an underlying current here that just is love, okay? So that's what I'm getting. And then the Sun card just really bumps that up. It's like there's a lot of joy that we get from this person, even though we're bickering and complaining. It's just kind of their shtick, right? So now on the transition card, oh, we get the Four of Wands, which is, oh, marriage. Okay, let me tune in here. So we may be dealing within a marriage in this way, okay? This may be our partner. We bicker and fight and complain, but at the end of the day, we go back to the same bed and cuddle up. You know, like, this is the sense that I'm getting. But there's a huge transition here that needs to happen. We cannot continue in this way. So this is the sense. So we could have a marriage that is in a timeout, or like kicked to the curb, that kind of thing, where we have someone here that's really not living in the house. If we were sharing a house, they're gone. They're in a hotel. And if not, then we're gone. We went to our parents' place and they're alone, that kind of thing. This is the sense I'm getting, okay, for those that are married, or, you know, in that way where we're solid and we've been together for quite a while and it's a known fact, da-da-da. Okay, on the Hangman, we get Five of Swords. Okay, now we get into it. So whoever was kicked, whoever, actually, they're going both parties here, are really upset and disappointed at what's going on, but not seeing really, because, right, we're on the Hangman, and that's about, he's upside down trying to look at the world from a different point of view. And we got these two crows here trying to give spirituality. I feel like they're not getting through. This guy's looking at everything but those crows. And the crows are your instinct. So he may have been using his head a little too much without any exterior help from anything else, right? His compassion as well. Okay? So whoever that is dealing with that energy, they've been put in a timeout to do this, to see this, to understand this. Now, this is the mood that they're in at this point. The Five of Swords is really the most disappointing. There's only one more that's got the sarcophagus in the romance deck. So this is someone that they know you know, there's all these swords in the background. They know they've messed up, and not once, twice, three, there's five of them there. You know, so there's a lot of hurt and disappointment that's gone back. And it's interesting because they're making me note the swans and that. Like the swans, they made for life. There's a strong bond there you cannot break, but it's been broken is the sense I get, or we're in the midst of that energy, okay? So that's all of that deep sorrow and pain. I mean, he's even taken off his hat because it's too heavy. It's too heavy. All this stuff is just too heavy. And like I said, if you're the kicky or the kicker, either way, I feel a big divide here, a big separation. Okay. But the sense I'm getting is just we bicker and whatever. So there's somebody here not seeing the big picture is really what's going on. So a sense of, is that you or is that your partner? Right? Okay. So I'm going to go into the sex cards and then I'll give a love card to kind of sum it up. So first on, oh, they want me to put, okay, hold on. They want me to keep up the old love cards, so we'll do that. The bickering couple, the marriage. So if you're not married, it is marriage material stuff here that we're dealing with. And then the disappointment at this stage. We may be trying to level up here, but it's not going so smooth, is the sense I get, okay? Queen of Pentacles is on the Two of Pentacles. So we're staying in the same suit here. And that's, okay, Mama ain't happy and she's focusing on herself. And the sex has gone by the wayside. So we got problems. This may be where the man's feeling it as well, or the partner is feeling. There's some rejection here on the light. They're going on the lighter end, but nonetheless, a holding off of the intimacies. Okay. Again, we've been hurt and we're bickering, and it's added up to a degree that, you know, in the bedroom, it's starting to affect the bedroom activity. Okay. Now, on the marriage card, we get Knave of Swords. This is interesting. And that's about admiration of the physical body, straight up. So we may have a partner here because, yeah, the man is trying, right? And the woman, okay, so there's a, how do I explain that? There's an advancement here. We kind of got a woman that, and this card, the Queen of Pentacles, she's not kicking them out. She's not saying get out. She's just saying, you know what, I got my focus on other things, and right now sex is not a priority. So you have to work to get me warmed up. And that's not happening. This guy's at her feet, but he's trying, but okay. So this is the next card, the Knave of Swords. So the man's feeling it, right? He's feeling the separation. So physically, he's, you know, antsy. He's getting, he's getting warmed up. Now this is her partner, so she's like, oh yeah, I know where it's at, right? I know what I got. I know what you know, how I affect you, da da da. So this is kind of that beginning stages of getting back in gear, because the man's starting to show that he's, how you say, starting to show that he's feeling it. You know, there's a lack here, and I want. So, hello, but he's got to work. He can't just take. He's going to get his fingers smacked, right? This is the sense I get here. So he's working. I mean, here he's still not touching her. There he touched her in here. So let's see what happens now. Aw, look what happens. Okay, on the, sorry, I get into these cards. 5, right? That's the huge disappointment. The rift here that has to be dealt with. It has to be felt. Really does have to be felt on all levels. So we can't just jump back in physically, and that's the least of this woman's worries, is doing that. She realizes the compassion's not there, so she didn't want to push past that. Now the man, he's dealing with all this, just the sadness, the heaviness. On top of that, we get the Ace of Cups. So look at him go. What he does, he starts to work on this woman, but he's only at stage 1. So it's like little things, little hints here and there. Oh, you look good today, da da da. Okay, yeah, but her focus is on something else. So she's really got to be pulled a little harder than that. So here, it's like he is starting to feel physically wanting. And so then he's pushing a little more than the verbal. He's starting to, you know, put his hand on her back as she walks out the door, kiss her goodbye, da da da. And then what do you know? By the end of the week, he's working on the good stuff. Then they end up getting there somehow. He's doing something right to bring it back on board. So this is good. That's actually good. That's one of the better ones. So I'm going to bring out the love card. It seems like there's a lover's spat going on here, but I feel like it's very important material that they're going over here, so we don't want to skip parts, and we sure as hell don't want to come back too soon. Now we can give loving, but we still got to deal, we may still have some issues to deal with above board here. We still have our cards to put out, but I feel like, you know, we may start to get the physical action back, and then the compassion comes in, and then we start to deal with things outright. Now I'm gonna, where did these cards come in? Oh no, those were the, okay, sorry, I'm losing it. I'm in La La Land here. So yeah, so getting back in the zone physically, okay, something happens here to bring things back. Now, for those that have busted from one relationship, it could be a new, somebody new coming in, working things up and making a nice line to the bedroom. This kind of thing, that's what's going on. And for those that are leveling up, the man's doing a little more work. He's working for it, so that you got to reward him, right? So there you go. Now the love card to kind of cinch it all together. Look at this. Practice compassion. What I've been spitting out. See things from a different perspective. And that's this Hangman dude as well. Look from a different perspective. And they're going, put ourselves in our partner's shoes. How confusing is that? We just need to do that. We just need to think for 5 minutes. What are they thinking? Like, what are they from their shoes instead of our own perspective? Because the sense here of being selfish about our own needs, which is sometimes good, but needing to do that from the other person's point of view. Yeah. Practice compassion, Hangman. So there you go. That is number one. Very in sync here. And again, don't let your synchronicities fall away, because they are there to guide you how to do it the best, quickest, fastest, most joyful way possible. And that is your week. So that's kind of groovy. All good energy. Okay, so that's number one. How long? Jeez, that's almost an hour in that one. Sorry, guys, but I will go through here and timestamp. Second one was Lavender. Connect. Body, mind, and soul. Again, there's always Lavender 4-4. What am I getting? Yeah, refresh. Like how you smell lavender. It's like fresh air and relaxing and rejuvenating at the same time, but on a lower level. So there's a sense of needing fresh air here. Whoever picked this card is very much wanting to revive, but on a more subtle level. The first one is like, yeah, let's move and shake. This one's more like almost a meditation type revival. It's like I need to refresh. I need to, you know, in a calming kind of way, because lavender does that, right? It's for relaxation, calming, sleep, these kind of things. So maybe the opposite. It's like we're wound right up, and we need to now start to learn how to relax, that kind of thing. And what's the code here? Connect to mind, body, and soul. Yeah, and feeling it on all levels is what they're saying. This person needs to be calm on all levels, because we may be calm on our physical selves, but our mind's going and our heart's racing, that kind of thing. So that's what that's about, okay? Now, your number card, 71, health. So this is why we're doing this. We need to focus on our health here, because there's so much, they're showing me like a tornado just swirling. There's so much going on here. It's coming to the point where affecting our health. And the key point here is to relax, chill, take it easy. What does this for you? What calms you? What relaxes you? Go there as quick as you can. So our health is being compromised, and we need to focus on that at this point to really let everything else fall. Everything else will fall into place if we deal with this. It's really the sense I'm getting. And they're going, look at the colors there, and I'm looking, the deep blue is the chakra here, the throat chakra, talking and speaking from healthy places. So there may be a lot of negativity that's spouted out verbally. They're going, there's no need for this. Let's just talk, clear that in a way of speaking more healthily. I know that's not a word, but in a more healthy way, speak from that instead of unhealth. Because if we're spitting that out, I was telling that to someone else the other day about manifesting 101. First thing is you visualize. Second thing, is we feel. The third thing is we speak. And as soon as we speak, then the ball starts rolling and we create. So if we're speaking unhealthy, the ball starts rolling on that too as well, right? Because it just attracts to those things. So just avert your eyes to the positive, okay? Dragon, where's your power lie? Rose pink, we're staying close to the heart here. Prepare your heart to connect with the higher facets of the cosmic heart. Open to warm-hearted love and diamond light. Connect with the love of the universe. Look at him go. So there he is, beautiful. And he is all about the love and compassion and preparing, because this person may not have been in their heart, but they just didn't realize it. They're coming from a very intellectual part of themselves. Not really, it's not that they didn't have a heart. It's just they didn't rule with that. It was very much in the back seat, and we don't look back there very much. We just keep going forward, you know, that kind of thing. So it's not like we didn't have a heart, but we got to take it more into account. So pink rose, well, and health. So, and I get a softness is that with that as well. They're saying, you know, like, this is how we have to treat ourselves, with that softness, that soft place. We got to create a soft place for our own selves in the whole thing, our physical. Because they're going, the hecticness, the day-to-day, this kind of stuff is very, it's almost like the difference between hitting a hammer against a glass window and how it shatters, and then hitting a hammer against rubber and how it kind of flexes, right? It's kind of like that. We're pretty close to glass here. We don't want to be so rigid. We want to soften our edges a bit. So that's what that card is about. That's your power. That's the power that I feel you need to infuse, absorb, cuddle with this guy at night, you know? And that's the one you got to take home with you and let him ruminate. Let him, how you say? Yeah, let him, that love fire just call all over you. Look at, is it petals? It's petals. I think those little things. Yeah, it's petals. That's what they're kind of, okay. So here we go, spiritual. Where are we here? Where are we spiritually? First card, nature spirits. I respect all of nature and the elemental beings and help preserve life on earth. So this may bring, may give you a sense of appreciation is what I'm getting. This card is very beautiful. Showing, they're saying we need to kind of focus on on nature in a way, in an open, compassionate way, because this will help. We're not taking enough time to take this in. That's what I'm getting. Okay, next. Spark of the divine. I reignite the divine spark within me and recognize I am part of all creation. And I get the sense here through this card very much so that we just push that aside. Not that we were ever not, you know, not had that, but it really was in the trunk, this one. Like we may have had the compassion in the backseat, but the divine was in the trunk. It's just too much stuff, and all our car was loaded with, you know, everything. So too much stuff there, clutter to get there, you know. So needing the nature to clear that out, and then, you know, they can come back in and show themselves, really is what they're saying. Next. Forest frolic maiden, I acknowledge my inner child and open my heart to the joy she brings. So yeah, getting to that point where we get happy with things, right? The yellow, the sacral, the joy. Wanting to feel the joy of life again. This person just lost that. We're getting coiled, you know, down into the depths of the mundane, if I could say it that way. Heavy, heavy mundaneness. And now we want to rise back up and feel like that child, you know, jumping on mushrooms with a squirrel. We want to go there. And we want to also be aware of those things coming in our mind, because it was just so stuffed up of clutter from the day-to-day. And we got to make more time to connect with ourselves and the divine, because the divine wants to show you the way. Kind of lost our way. Not intentionally, it just kind of happened. and we didn't realize. So now we're wanting to get back to that, and part of that, you know, you have to acknowledge your inner child, let that guy loose or girl loose, and start running around naked in the park. If that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. You know, like, this is kind of the sense. I mean, don't do it, but that's the sense I get. We just want to be free of all the gunk, right? And a lot of this is energetic gunk. I say naked, but without all the garbage, right? All the upsets and all of the negativity, that kind of thing is what I'm getting. The baggage, negative baggage from other people too, can load us on with that. So on nature spirit, to clarify that, we get a new day dawns. Yeah. And that's really the first card in the deck. So here we go. Here we start, because now we know where we need to go. So it's a matter of making a plan. And I feel like this dragon, look at all his colors, right? He's got that pink in there from that rose compassion, and he's got the yellow, which is the happiness and wanting to bring that back highly, and the darkness that fuels us, because we may have gone into the darkness to a degree here that and again, like when I talk about, you know, you don't want to shut it out completely. You just want to acknowledge it's there, and you move forward. You choose not to go there. And that's what I feel this person is doing, because it's like the darkness is all behind, and where they're looking, it's all bright. So we just need to just make the plan, because this is the very first card, so we're just starting to do that. Spark of the divine, what do we get? Time to ground. So we may start to do this, and again, frolicking in nature and whatnot. I think that's really what they're trying to say, is get out in nature, go camping, do that is a huge thing that could refresh you to a degree, just not in realization of. So we may be spending a lot of time in offices or office buildings or off the ground quite a bit. Is the sense I get, like maybe in an office that's 3 floors up, or you know what I mean, like literally off. So we feel disconnected physically. We are disconnected physically, so we got to make an attempt to do that on a more mindful level. Ground out, go to the park. That's what you need to do during your lunch break. Go down the 2 floors, take your socks off, put them in the grass, and then go back up. That kind of thing is really, because I'll tell you, I've done this myself, been sitting in front of the screen, researching, you know, because a lot of times, 75% of the stuff I read, I can't even post because it's not in agreement with the energy field. So I read a lot through the computer, and then I go outside and I step on my little moss patch, and it just sucks it all out. It's like a 4 to 6 hours of stuff. It'll just suck that all out, and I go back and I'm refreshed. I don't get, you know, that kind of thing. And some places, man, it's just concrete city. You just got no concrete. You got concrete, and then you got one little square, and they put a tree trunk there. Then just grab onto that sucker, and I'll get a tree for the day. It's kind of like what they're showing me. It's hard in some places in cities to find grass that you can, like the real earth. But cement apparently can connect. I always thought cement blocked off, but I do get a sense that the cement, it goes through the cement. So if you have a lot of cement blocks on the earth, you can actually, if you take your feet off, it'll pull through there as well. Rubber, no. But anyway, Forest Frolic Maiden, heed the messenger. So again, you know, that inner child wanting to connect, and that little birdie on your shoulders telling you what to do, right? And that's the energy that they're wanting you to connect with. And I feel like, you know, once we ground out, that's really going to be firmly laid, right? This little birdie's going to come right in there and just chirping away. And then you're going to go, oh, yeah, you know, like, but there's a sense of needing to declutter the mind in order to do that. And very much a plan of action here. Feel like this week you may be just trying to figure that plan out, exactly what to do there. But grounding should have some kind of sense within it. And then you're well on your way to figuring all those energies out. They'll be coming at you and whispering in your ear, basically. Just a sense of needing to focus in the right direction. And now we know, so away we go. So again, on the spirituality here, what do we get for the main cards? Ooh, Union, 13. Okay, just give me a minute here. Yeah. And I feel like for some, this may be a union of your spirituality, right? Gaining the clarity back with that. For some, it could be union of a partner or a love situation in that way, or just really connecting to a partner in that way. The one thing they made me very aware of here, sorry, my light is the chakras in here. And like they go illumination all the way up, right? So we're just really recognizing in ourself, our inner self. We're recognizing in ourself our inner self, and we're starting to realize instinctively, I think our soul knows this, but mentally we're starting to recognize there's something here I got to work on. Didn't know I was so out of alignment in that way. So I need to balance some things internally, right? Because they're showing me the green and the orange, and you know, it was very fiery, active, and the green is calming and healing. So we got to figure out that balance between all of that. And the butterflies, right? They're just making me notice that butterfly at the base is like, this is the transformation time. We're going to illuminate what truly needs to be worked on here. Working on all the wrong areas and getting forward in that, but not knowing why it wasn't soothing our soul. Because we were looking outside, now we're going to look inside. Okay, that I don't look there, I look here. This is what this person's going through. And that eye, you may have some third eye activation going on here. We may be visually, very visually, what's the opposite of impaired? Advanced in that way of third eye, because they're going, this is where we're going. So visuals in your head, these are where they may not be chattering so much as visually showing you the way. Okay, so take that into account. That's where they're at. And they're making me look at the hawk. And the hawk goes over things, sees the bigger picture, so maybe you need to back out of that as well. And the wolf is lone, right? So the wolf is kind of focused on himself. He can work in a pack, but he has pride, right, in himself. And he's got, just like a lion, but more concentrated. Lots coming from this card. So a sense of union with the universal energies is what foremost what I get here, but also could be some people making greater connections in their life with partners, family, friends, this kind of thing. Joining in the ways that are more soulful. Okay, next. Then we start with 0, and this is about choices to be made within your life, right? Now, it's interesting because they kind of show the dark and the light here, and the darkness. And that was the sense too that I get from this person, is trying to kind of turn a new leaf here, because a new day is dawning, and we may have had a lot of darkness carrying us, and it may not be like evil darkness, but just heavy darkness where our mind was starting to pull in the wrong way. Okay, so a sense of like in this way, going like this. Okay, we're going to go forward here, because this is what they're coming out of. And the torch, there's kind of the illumination process. There's stuff here. We're getting dark with things, and I got 3 doors here. I got 3 ways I can go. So I feel like what's happening is, as this person gets illuminated, you're going to start to realize that there's choices here, maybe out of three things we got to deal with in our life, 3 separate directions we got to tidy up, is the sense I get as well. This is all about that. Directions, opportunities, not overwhelming, but to a degree where we're more focused now, where we know where to put that energy. Oh, nice. This is the 6 of water. Upside down triangle is the symbol of water. And look at how inviting is that, right? Coming from the darkness and going into the light really is the sense I get here. a sense of unburdening and glowing from the inside. You realize this person is glowing in green, and she's got flowers in her hair, and she's got stuff to offer here. She may not have known she had this to offer, is what I'm getting. It's like she has a thing there and she's offering it, but she didn't even know. It's kind of like a gift outward, what she was doing there. And of course, they're showing me this little glow here, the heart. We're going to start. That's, I mean, we're pulling the mower on that, like, you know, the pull start. That's what they're doing. We're getting that charged up. So this person is very much coming from a sense of darkness into the light, and they're gonna they're making plans through this week and feeling the feelings associated with that. So the lifting of all of this as well. It's good stuff. Okay. As we go into the love zone here, let's see what we get. First cards. 3 of Wands. So that is about looking towards the future, making plans for the future, choices, waiting for things to happen. I feel like this person is actually, not so much waiting for things to happen, but waiting for opportunities to make things happen. Like they're looking for little doorways to open up so you can get in there. You've got a plan ready to go. We're just waiting for the opportunity to incorporate the plan, is the sense I get. Okay. Next card, 8 of Wands. Quickness, fast. She's ready to bolt. She's just sitting there, ready to go. And that's the sense I get too from, where was it? One of these cards. Yeah, this guy. Well, he's more mellowed out, right? He's planning his way forward. This one, now she's ready. She's got all her wands sitting there, ready to be fired off. So she's just waiting for the opportunity. Again, very much in sync with what I was getting through this card. Next, the Emperor. Wow. And there's all that Mars energy, right? What are we passionate about? What are we going to go forward with? What are we going to take action on? So this person's very much, you could have someone with this kind of energy in your life as well. But I feel like they're just waiting to pounce. They're waiting. They got a lot of energy here, a lot of plans they want to put in place, and they may have some conversations that need to be had. The Wands here is about action, but I'm getting a sense this person has a lot of talk and they want to do, waiting for the opportunity to open that door. Okay? So again, we're zooming into the love here. So I'm going to bridge that gap. Now, on the 3 of Wands, we get the King of Pentacles. So that could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, or the traits of which are someone who's very financially stable, calm, collected. They're very, very much in charge of their finances. They know what they're doing in that way, and they keep steady base with that. The Emperor and him go well together. They're very much take charge and don't let things get out of hand, nor do they get out of hand, right? Everything's taken in its own time, and we don't get flustered. This guy never gets flustered. It's just all taken in stride, okay? So on the 8 of Wands, that readiness to pounce, we get the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, he's about taking action. Quick, fast, decisive action. I'm going and I'm making shit happen. Now, he is off his horse in this. They're making me aware of that. So again, that sense that either we got a plan here, we got to incorporate before we take action, or there's some things that may have to fall into place, some dominoes that need to fall here before we, but as soon as they do, man, we're off. The horse is there, he's ready to go. We're just going to jump and off we go. And then a swords being communication. So again, this person has a lot of talking to do to settle things, is a sense. Now on the Emperor, we get the 7 of Swords. So this is about, this is the betrayal card, or like disappointment. Someone's been shot down here. There's a sense of needing to get to the bottom of things, is what I get. Now we have a Knight of Swords. and a Knight of Pentacles. Now, because these are two separate energies, and I feel like this is your energy, honestly, wanting to take action, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like this may be a partner's energy, the calm, cool, steady, relaxed. And this is something that we're not happy with, we're bitter about quite highly. Now, if I go back, it's talking about the Emperor. So there may be some ruler in your life, somebody who's in charge here that may be irritating us, or a need to converse with this person, right? Set things straight or get to the bottom of things. Now, if I go behind him, that's the ready to pounce. Yeah. So this is not anything we're an illusion of. We know exactly what we need to do. We just need to put our plan into action, is what they said. So there's somebody here that either pissed us off, or somebody that has a rank above us that we need to discuss things with. We need to put things right or straighten things out, because there's a pissiness here. It comes from this card. She's just pissed off. I don't want that kind of thing. So, and then a sense from this card of needing things to fall in place. So something like that going on in your energy field. Okay, so we're gonna I'm gonna leave these front cards, and then we'll expand with the romance here. Sorry, yeah, the pissiness. Moving forward quickly, and the calm, cool, steady. So there's someone there who's really kind of the straight man. He's just standing there, just taking everything in stride. Okay, so as we expand here, hold on here, my bracelet. What first? Okay, on the King of Pentacles, we get Queen of Wands. So this is the partner. King of, okay, so what I'm getting here is just healthy sex life, or wanting this. Okay, yeah, is a sense of flirting is going off here. Queen of Wands, she knows the effect she has on her partner, and she pulls her cards, right? She's pulling her cards. So you may be in a zone where you're feeling very close, or very much in a zone where you kind of want to flirt with the partner. Yeah, that's really what I'm getting. Teasing the partner a little bit. Okay. Next card. On that action, want to take that forward, we get the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is my fake love card, doing the dance, kind of, you know. And I'm getting a sense here, we kind of have to fake things, or not. It's not the usual energy that I get from this card. It's like we want to take action with our partner, maybe, in this kind of way, and we have to hold off. Is the sense I'm getting. We have to just play nice, you know, play like you know, there's a sense here of wanting to unveil things. Okay, now Seven of Swords. What do we get on there? Knave of Pentacles. So yeah, now the Knave of Pentacles talks about we could be just let me. Page of Pentacles talks about addictions and how we can have, like, I feel like it's got a lighter connotation in this reading, but it's about wanting to indulge in the physical, right? And for some, it could be, you know, just wanting to let loose and just go drinking and just kind of whatever will be, kind of at the end of the night. Wanting to indulge in the passion really is the sense I get. It's kind of like just wanting to let loose, okay? Because we're doing this during the day, doing the waltz, but we want to be doing this at night. And there's something preventing that from happening, and that's this pissiness. Or oops, that's the cool guy. That's this pissiness that's come forth here. We're not getting this, and we're feeling it to a high degree. And I feel for this, the feminine. The man's kind of, which is unusual, man's kind of taking it easy, go with the flow. but we're wanting to connect with our partner on a physical level, and there's something that's preventing it. In fact, we're actually masking that fact. We're trying to mask that we want to connect with our partner for whatever reason, okay? There's something there preventing that, and it's just really getting us to a point where we're just kind of going to blow on that topic, okay? It's not going to go so good through the week. I feel at the end of the week, our barometer's off. We're going to be making the partner know that we're kind of wanting some action here, and it's going to happen, or, you know, mama's not happy, that kind of thing. Which is a good change of pace. Talk about fresh air, right? Sniffing the fresh lavender, that's what it's all about. Okay. Honesty is essential. This is your final love card. To be a loving person is important that we speak truthfully in a loving manner. I feel like that's what's going on here. I feel like we have one partner here, and it may be one or the other. It may be the male, but I'm getting a feminine energy here, really wanting to indulge in the partner, and maybe the partner's just tied up or not tied up. You know what I mean? Like they're just, their mind is somewhere else, it's not bothering them. So just a sense of needing to communicate that and get that forward to the partner. You know, maybe we need a romantic night out in a hotel room, and away you go. And it just get out of your energy field altogether and go somewhere where you can be. And yeah, a sense of needing to communicate that to the partner is the sense I'm getting. And the partner will go like, oh, okay, yeah. You know, suddenly they're on board. They just were zoned out in the mundane, and it's like, no, I didn't know you wanted. Why? Because one of them is masking that fact, but they're really feeling it, but they're masking it highly. What's going on? So a need to communicate, that will open that door, and that man will light up like a Vegas strip, man. He'll light up. And then stuff will start happening. So number 2 is all good stuff. Lavender, fresh air. The fresh air is we need to solidify this relationship in a physical way, and things will get better. So take time to do that and honor that in some way. Okay. Number 3, Sapphire. Regenerate your body. 38. What am I getting? Yeah, I'm getting, how do I explain? A sense of rigidness, okay, spiritually. Like we're just kind of tight. We're not wanting to talk to people. We're not wanting to go outward. We're not complimenting. We're not, you know, like all this stuff is being stifled is the sense I get from this card. So whoever picked this card, they're in a stifling kind of energy that's surrounding them. Now, it says here, regenerate your body. We may need to start there. We may need to like get our body moving to a degree that we feel some kind of refreshment, because there's a sense of being locked up here energetically. Okay. What is your dragon for the week? Wow. Pink. Surprise, surprise. Dusty pink from Andromeda. Prepares all your chakras to embody a higher love. Accept and radiate higher love. Touch others with its flame. I feel like that is for someone here on a flame path, okay? This is the sense I get. We may be going through, some of us here going through advancements in a chakra kind of way. Higher love, absolutely. They're going, yes, new ways to achieve better, higher places in the love zone, okay? That's what I'm getting. Now, yeah, just lean into it and look at the musical. It's like, what am I getting there? Almost like let the music flirt with music. That's what I'm getting. Like, how do you translate that? It's like let music take you away. So there may be some people here getting musically serenaded by the energies, okay? So take into account what you hear musically outside of yourself, because that's all about love and connecting to that kind of energy. So this guy's with you. Lean into him. It's all about the love this week, holy. Next, the number card 26. It's all about the love. So this is definitely, this could be higher frequency relationships as well. Yeah, sense of getting back to the youthful feeling of a relationship is the sense I get here, of wanting to do that, needing to do that, needing to refresh with energy like that, okay? So love, partnership. So this is where we're headed spiritually or not, okay? Now, as we get into the spiritual side, very juiced for this. Okay, first card. Spirit guides, open my heart to guides and trust in the wisdom they share with me. So be open to that. If you're open to that, listen. If you listen, act from it, it will help you get there quicker, faster, stronger. Next, flame of wisdom. This is a twin flame thing going on here. They're just pushing. I'm like, I'm going to keep it low key. No. Yeah, the wisdom. So somebody here knows they're in a twinned relationship. And there's some wisdom floating around, but we haven't quite. There's some instinct here. We need more, right? More. We're thirsty. I'm open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. You're going, gratitude. Yes, we need to be grateful for what we have so far. Not resentful. Okay. We're resentful for things because they're not where we want them to be. We have to be thankful for things as they are now, and then that will bring forth the speed and the clarity and the wisdom that we're looking for, because we're blocking it by being cynical and Okay, so this is what's going on with this card. Spirit guides are heavily on you, and if you're in a flamed union, they're going to be there. They're there, and they're pushing certain agendas here. And one of it is just stay where you are and enjoy where you are. Forget about any preconceived ideas. Draw any plan of the future. Do not look into the future. Do not predict. Do not, what's the word? Expectations. None. You cannot have none. Flame relationships will destroy if you have an expectation. So stop your expectation. Stay in the moment, and that'll get you back on track. The feeling of we can get off track, we have been off track, or we are off track. The wisdom here wants to come in, but they're showing me, look how translucent. It's not connecting. We have wisdom here, but we're so focused on the future and we're slowing ourselves down, okay? So definitely on a twin or soulmate union of high degree. The earth elemental here comes into balance things out. I accept gracefully the abundance the earth bestows to me. They're going ground out. This is half our problem here. This person is very ungrounded. Like we start here with the spirit guides and the air element, and they're going, oh yeah, we're off in our heads a lot. Like too much, that's where we're living. We're not in the here and now, and that's what's blocking us. Okay, so sense of frustration from this person, not connecting, and that's why. Because we're looking too much to the future. Got to be in the here and now, ground yourself out, and take the wisdom that's in the here and now moment. I know I have problems with this as well, because I see so far, and it's like, oh, you get excited, but it always is in the future. It never hits if we don't, enjoy the moment now. So it really is a tough little cycle to get through, but nonetheless, ground out and just be in the moment. Eckhart Tolle, be in the now. I'll have to post some stuff from him about being now. Even just listening to him puts you in the now. He's very slow. He's anti-me, really, because he's so grounded. Just very slow, very in the moment, chuckles, and, he's right there. A lot of people are just too far off, especially when you're in higher frequencies. That's what's slowing it down, okay? So that's the sense I'm getting here, frustration. I want it now, and it should be here. Well, think about your present and enjoy the present. Even though it's not got what you want, we have to appreciate what we do have that's here now. Kind of a mantra. Okay, second level, spiritual. On top of spirit guides, we have nurture all that you love. And they're going, yes. Look to what we have here that is lovable here. May not be that person or may not be that situation, but what do we have here that we love and nurture and we appreciate it. Just go above and beyond that, because they're going, we cannot gain from a sense of lack, right? So that's the whole thing, is we're focusing on the lack, so we need to focus on what we love. And then it's like I wish I could translate better. The sense that when we are focusing on, okay, so how would I was crocheting the other day, and I'm like thankful that I have the time, and thankful that I know how to crochet, and thankful that I can make something that looks not too bad. So you're thinking about all of that, appreciating that in the moment, and that energy ball sucks in more. You expand that energy ball, it gets more powerful, it sucks in. But if you go, I don't, and then and then you don't get that drift. I know I can't translate well, but that's the sense. It's like the more that we appreciate our ball, grows bigger, and the more powerful it gets, and the more it pulls in for us in that way that we want, but we just kind of reroute it. So on the flame of wisdom here, what do we get? Embrace the masculine. Look at this shit, holy. So we may have some people here. Okay, I have to separate this because they're saying I can get off track. I'm open to all of life's wisdom and share it with grace. Embrace the masculine. Yeah. Oh, okay. What they're making me aware of here is, notice how this crone here is over the pot, right? She's thinking about all that is gone on. The wisdom is fluttering around in the background, but not on her shoulders, not connecting to her, but it's in the air. But she can be, she's got the flames, all the passion, all of that. And then this guy's just grounded in the earth element, right? He's grounded. He's rooted more like, the sense I'm getting is that this one here is up in her head and this guy's grounded. So we need to embrace the energy of the masculine being grounded in where he's at, and we need to act like that, right? Turn around, face those owls, and let them sit on your shoulder and just enjoy that moment. That's what they're showing me. And how do you translate that? But that's the thing. This person is up in their head. They're thinking about all the things in the future, the plans. Am I going to get married? Are we going to buy a house? Are we going to get a car? We're going to have kids. All of that going on. It's all in the future. It's not here. Turn around, face the wisdom that is here now, and enjoy that moment. Get grounded in that. That's what they're really trying to state here. And the masculine seems to be in that zone already, okay? But again, it's showing that earth elemental here off on the side as well. Look at how we're filling up the plate with grounded stuff. We need to do this. How do we do this? Let our emotions flow. We may have some emotional processing left here that we need to do, especially in any kind of twinned relationship or soulmates, that kind of thing. There may be some emotional baggage here that needs to be let out. I don't feel a high degree like, we got Hoover Dam going on, but I feel like this here trickling, like there's more that needs to go. And we may be unaware of it at this point, so search for that during the week. How do we do that? Get out in nature and it will just naturally flow into your conscious awareness, basically, is what they're telling me. Go out in nature and let there be no agenda. Just sit in the grass and watch people for an hour and see what comes in your head and in your sphere. Sometimes you can just see, a couple walking by holding hands, and then suddenly you get a flicker of something come in your head and you're like, oh, that's what, and that's the emotional. If it tears you up, go there, cry it out, let it run. Because there's some emotional processing here that is yet to be done. Now they're showing me this card again. Yeah. And then nurture that emotion, those emotions that come forth for you to process, nurture those. Boom. Okay. Okay. Now, continuing on the spiritual Spiritual path. How did I do that? First card. 4 cups, water. 4 of water. This is interesting. Get a lot from these cards. Now, this guy is looking in the mirror. So we have to take into account, are we happy with ourselves? Is really what they said to me. And also look at the masks is what they said. Are we wearing masks to certain people, or are we wearing masks to everybody, or are we wearing masks only to our partner? These are all questions that have to be taken into account, and let that emotionally process. Because there is a sense here of being on a path to accept ourselves more gracefully, spiritually, internally, you know, physically, whatever. There's a sense of having an appreciation for ourselves that we never had up to this point. And emotionally, that is helping us move forward. Okay, next. 8 of air. Yeah, again, that knowledge, right? There's knowledge and wisdom here. And the air is about thoughts. We have it in our thoughts. We're not taking action. Again, is the sense I'm getting. Next card, King of Earth. So then you may have an earth sign in your midst, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. 14, King of Earth. There he is, grounding out. So that you may have someone in your midst here, as much for as much as we are in our heads and off in another zone here, we have a counterpart that is very much the opposite, grounded, rooted, and very well on his way to attaining what he wants in life, period. Okay. Sorry, my nose. And again, all the third eyes are lit up here, like doubly, right? This guy, he's got one here and he's got one here. This guy's got one here. This guy's got one here and he's got one here. So what's going on? They're going, just not listening to it. They're going, we're just not listening. They're frustrated. We hear and we play up in there. Oh yeah, da da da. But do we act on it? No. They're going, this is what's missing, because we have the emotion, we feel from it. We have the air, the thought, the recognition that it's there. And then the earth element is the grounding that they want you to take highly into account. This person very ungrounded, right? Up in their heads, all in the future, not in the moment. This is all. So they're going, this is the path we need to carry forward with, okay? I feel like, just give me a minute here. I feel we got everything here but fire is really what, you know, and that's the action, right? The earth element grounds you and keeps you stable. The air element is that mental activity. And they're going, though we have a lot of wisdom up in there, we just won't utilize it. And then the emotions, yeah, we can feel all of it, but again, we're not taking action from it. So this is where you're lacking, is that fire element. And notice how his third eye here is in that red orangey color of the base chakra, which is about your foundations. So there's a sense here of needing to look to that base foundation. Where are we? In our base, are we happy with our base? Meaning our lot in life, our job, our foundations. What's going on there? That's the root. That's what we need to take action first. Because once we take action from there, then we'd be more prone to do it in other areas. Once we see everything open up, okay? Because there's a little bit of a block, fire-wise. There's no fire. Either you don't have fire in your chart, or you're lacking the ambition to do that, okay? So we're going to cruise on into the love zone here, see what happens. Okay. Here we go. 3 of Swords. Great. I was watching. There's a dude called, I think he's called Ramblin' Mike. Oh, man, he's so funny. I got to post one of his videos just to show you. He's a cool dude. He's like one of those guys that works at the fair and he just spews out stuff. But whenever he sees the 3 of Swords, he like shakes it out. He goes, because those are swords through your heartbreak, right? And he'll say, you know, let's just take them swords out. And he'll go, out, out, out. And he shouts it out. Every time he gets me when he does that, it's crazy. But I enjoy his reading. So check him out if you get a chance because he's really good. I may force you to do that by posting one of his videos. But anyway, cool dude. 3 of Swords, that's about heartbreak, piercings, our heart, maybe even heart surgery. There may be somebody, why? I usually don't say that, but that is a connotation. Something to do with the heart zone. And my sense here is that we're just really not focused in that area at all. Next, King of Wands. This may be really, okay. You may have a fire sign in your midst, but they're going, this is the energy we really want you to encompass. We want you to be like a Leo, a Sag, or what's the other one? Leo, Sag, and Aries. Go forth no matter what. This is the energy that I want you to encompass. We may have been through some heartbreak here, and that may be contributing to our lack of action in departments as well. Next, the Devil. Wonderful. So that is not as good as it gets. Devil energy is chained, feeling chained to something. We kind of want, there's a sense of going in willingly, but feeling chained once we're in there. May have been in a relationship area that this is happening. So a sense of being caged for some reason. Now let's go into the romance, see what happens. On top of the 3 of Swords, we have 21. And so 21 is about the end of cycles. It's also about the weight of the world. It's just too heavy. There's something to come upon this relationship. It was too heavy. It had to break or bust. Usually I don't say that, usually because they're holding hands and they're trying to get through. But the sense here is that we had somebody here that did bust or is feeling the weight so heavy that it cannot sustain. Okay. Top of that Queen of Wands, that focused energy of taking action. Wow. We get the Knight of Wands. And I feel like these are, even though this is interesting. Give me a minute here, Ona. Yeah, they're going, even though these are the wands, that it's not the same energy. I don't feel like, I feel like this is your, this is your energy here with the tiger at your, the lions at your feet. That's your energy. They want you to encompass this energy, to be more focused, to be more grounded, be more action oriented, and kind of like no shit. This is someone coming in. This may be a partner that we busted from, or a new person coming in. Give me a moment. No, they're going, this is the cycle we completed. This is the partner through that. Now the next card on the Devil card, we get the 8 of Coins. What the hell is going on here? Okay, let me go through this. So this is the weight of the world coming upon the shoulders. You know, that we may have children and life and bills and rent and job. All of that is just so heavy that it literally splits the couple apart. Because they're showing me the ball drop and the 2 people can no longer hold hands. That's what's going on. And then here we have someone here that wants to take action. Now the Knight of Wands, he is a fire sign of Aries, Leo, Sag. He's the life of the party. He's the guy that goes in, stirs up shit, and off he goes. This is the guy that wants to take action. And though I felt like this is a lot of what you need in your life right now, this is someone coming at you outside of all this mess, okay? Now, the 8, yeah, the 8 of Pentacles on the Devil. Oh, that's significant here. Whoops. Oh, it fell and I can't get it. What's going on? I have to get it. Where did it go? Hold on, guys. Jeez. Yeah, like I can get in there. Get in here. Oh, man, I could have cleaned my office up. Okay. There's something going on here having to do with a sense of fun, okay? Because this card is really fun. Fun zone, party time. I feel great and wonderful. It's the funnest card in the deck. Then we have the devil on top of that. Ruin things, right? He's ruining things. And then we have the way, just there's something weird here. I'm going to go into the sex zone and see if it doesn't wear itself out, because something going on with this relationship being dragged to a point where we got to bust. Then somebody comes charging in. So do we have a partnership here that's ready to break, and then someone comes in, has an affair, and is going off in a new direction? Because the devil, you know what I mean? Is tempted by that. Could very well be what's going on here. I think that's what's going on here. I'll get into the sex and see what happens. Okay, first sex card on top of the 21 is Justice. So this is interesting because 21, you know, is very close. Is it 22? Yeah, it's close to the end. It's the World card. It could also slow down. Could also mean distance within a relationship that's felt to a degree that it just splits, right? So this may not be any mystery to you. This relationship is just kind of falling apart, okay? Now, when we get the Justice on here, it's like there's something had to happen here. The scales had to come in and balance. There was no balance in this relationship. That's why it's busting, okay? Now, on this Knight of Wands, I'm kind of scared to flip this card. Ooh, get the Two of Cups. So somebody's coming in here for some bedroom action, and they get it. But the Two of Cups is all about heart, okay? So that kind of cancels out the frivolousness of this dude, okay? Because if we go to the Two of Cups, man, that's good stuff. That's take your time, and I feel a lot, and it's from heart, da-da-da. So it takes all the kind of plan scuzziness out of this one-night stand dude and brings it into a grounded base. And I think what's going on here is the universe going, you know, we just didn't have balance in this relationship, so we're going to bring something to balance it in. May not have had a lot of heart from the guy that we had in the past here, especially in the bedroom. So now we're going to get it. Good stuff. Now, on this fun card, we get the Five of Swords. Okay. I know what's going on. So what happens here, because the Five of Swords in the sex side is kind of like the one-night stander. He's kind of that Wands energy. But if you flip him into the Two of Cups, it brings the heart in. So what could be happening here is we broke from someone or got busted from someone or dissipated to a degree. They're just not working. And then what do you know? We have a little one-night stand here, but there's some heartstrings that are starting. So it may be something you go in thinking, oh my God, I have so much fun. And, you know, we met and have a lot of attraction right off the bat, because this happy card is just too happy, right? So what do you know? We end up in the bedroom, and like I said, it may be kind of like one of those one-night things, plans, but not a plan. And then we gain some heart here along the way. So this is a good connotation. It's kind of like, okay, I'm out for a one-night stand, but surprise, I may have something of a little more of a long-term situation here. So that's really good. Good note. This is for the week, by the way. Part of this, I just want to, I want to put this one out front. Okay, put this over here, because that's really the energy that I get. Now the devil, I feel like really sits in the fact that did we completely bust from this, or did we just kind of presume that the other partner's whatever? So it's kind of like it just kind of mic drop and then off we go, that kind of thing. is what I'm getting. So that's where I think the devil comes in here, is there may not have been an official meeting here to let each other know that we're not on the same page anymore. So that's where the devil sits. And then in the meantime, we're off having fun and getting sprung right by that new energy coming forth. And this is that shifty, like one night stand energy, like, haha, I'm going to get what I want. But at the same time, we have that 2 of cups. So that brings a lot of heart into it. So there could be a little more here than just that one night. And then the love card overall that brings it together is appreciate the moment. They're going to read this. Each and every situation has an opportunity to grow and find love. So you may go into a situation, and the sense I'm getting is a new, like super fresh, Ziploc fresh stuff. Like this is stuff that somebody out of your periphery here, new stuff, like acquaintance that you meet, and it's like you just lock eyes, right? So past life stuff, sure. I know you, but I don't know you. Yeah. Be in the moment and go out, and they're going like, get your fingers into everything. Go out and do stuff, because there's something here waiting to happen, and it's being, aligned. And if we sit home and refuse to go out, this is going to cause problems. It'll happen nonetheless, but it'll be just, we want to start this as soon as possible. It's like a reward system coming here from the universal energies. They're trying to reward you for past karma in a good way, right? When you hear karma, right away people think, but this is good stuff. And we've been treated not so great, not appreciated in the past. So guess what? It's coming. So watch the devil energy of how you bust from the last relationship. If you're not out of it, make sure it's officially noted. That'll balance your, like, if you go and run and you don't let the other past partner know that it is completely finished, I think there's a presumption here it's done, but the other end doesn't know that. So they need to be informed. Then you're free to go, and you will get rewarded in good ways. So it's all good. So that was really good. These are readings. I don't even pick one this week. That's a bad thing. Oh, man. But anyway, yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm a little hyped today. So I'm trying to slow my verbiage down here. But those are pretty good readings. So oh, man, it's 12:30 already. I'm going to try and get in here, do the masculine and feminine. I feel like I'm very much in the energy. Wanted to mention the full moon as well. The sense I'm getting here is that adventurous side. I mean, we had it come through some of the readings here. A sense of refreshment seems to be weeding through this week. I feel like that's, because Sagittarian energy is about adventure and going off and just doing whatever you want to do. And that's a sense I got through this, even though we have our own individual ways, because they're showing me like there's 3 people. There's one that's like Aries type fiery energy that just goes running, charging, screaming. And then there's another one that's more of an air type, and they go, but they're kind of more reserved. And then there's the watery flow. There's all these different ways that we can appreciate that energy. But that sense of adventure is really what I get that can help you through this week. So I don't know. I post that dude, Gregory Scott. He's awesome. He explains things very grounded. I find very grounded. I didn't even look at him this week because I trust him so greatly to pick up on that energy. But what I pick up on, and a lot of it too, I don't want it to taint my view either at this point, but I'll go watch it after. The sense of adventure is what I get. I want to go out and try and do, and going outward. So if we were hermiting, and I do get a sense of some of us doing that, holding back, we are now, the gates open, we can start running, and going off in the directions we want. A lot of this is going to be in love and romance, where we're putting our focus to go outward in that way. So good luck with that. It's all there for you, the universe. And keep your compassion, because that's where your dragons are sitting. And they're that powerful force on your shoulder. Just visualize these puppies on your shoulder, and you'd be amazed how much you really infuse into your energy field when you have them sitting there. So just that visual does a lot. But anyway, I'm not going to banter here. I got to come back here in an hour. I will talk to you guys in a bit. Take care. Have fun. Sorry, my scroller's off. Thanks again, Carrie Ann. Thank you so much for, hey, Kathy. Thank you so much for sharing all my videos. I appreciate it immensely. It means a lot. And again, we'll have to get together here and maybe have Carrie Ann and me. We're going to try and cohort here and figure out how we can do a 2-on-1 show. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And get some ideas going and pick a night for that. Another thing I wanted to mention, I will be doing the live night the end of this week, so I'm going to make posters within the next 24 hours. I'm going in for some dental work and I can't do my it's just throwing everything off, so I'm going to do it this week. So it'll be Thursday and Friday of this week again for the live show. For those wanting tarot advice, whatever, free tarot readings, the micro reads will be Thursday of this week and Friday. I think I'll be doing energy work in YouTube on Friday, but I'll do Thursday here, 8:30 Central Standard, but I'll post graphics for that. Take care, have fun, be kind. I'll talk to you in a bit.